No, Rich tells me he's really good impromptu. So we'll just go by dates, okay?
All right.
I'll go first, and then you can switch back, 'cause then you can maybe come back. But so, first thing I remember about Jake when we were taking him home from the hospital, his head's so big. So he's in his car seat. It's really sad. He's like the whole way, right? He can even lift his head. I thought there was serious damage on the way home. It was like really sad. We kept pulling over just to check, just to make sure he's breathing.
Julie's labor with Abby was about an hour and 20 minutes long. She was ready to come out. She came out that fast. She says, "Let me out there."
Yeah. Did she come out?
All I know is we left for the hospital about 10 o'clock, and I said, "Oh, I hope this happens by lunchtime, because I think I'm really getting hungry." And she was born like right before noon, so she was so kind to me. She let me have lunch. It was perfect.
So I have a potty training incident that I want to talk about. Oh, labor.
Yeah, you go. Go on, you go.
Speaking of big heads.
We had some.
I just want to say that Jake's pregnancy was very hard. The whole thing.
You're making me nervous.
I'm just saying.
Hard
it was
and
totally
easy.
worth
It'll
it.
be in the middle somewhere.
It just was, I mean, it was scary, touch and go, clear to the last minute when we went through all the little classes to breathe and everything. And then when it came down to it, Jeff's all ready, whatever. And we're all ready to go, and Jake decides to come out feet first.
Yeah.
And we had no idea, and so it turned into, instead of Jeff breathing, he's pulling the emergency cord for all the doctors to come in. And we were lucky enough to have an emergency team all set up for somebody else, which they put on hold to bring him into the world. So that's how he came into the world.
On high alert.
Yeah.
On high alert. And we were late because we were watching football.
All right. Da-da-da, da-da-da.
He was doing the timing like we learned in the class, and I'm like, I'm having another one, and he's like, no, that was too soon. And I'm like, I'm having another one. Okay, so he's count that one. So he's count every other one. And it turns out that we were a little late, but I waited in line to check in, and the nurse looks around everybody else in line, and she said, "I think you need to come to the front of the line." I said, "I think you're right." So I'm just saying that's what happened.
I didn't want to go and have to be told to go home.
I know, right? That would be bad too,
That would be
right?
bad for him.
Yeah.
The boy with the large head didn't have anything to do.
He came out feet first and hit the ground running.
Funny.
I got a long list here. Okay. All right. No, it's good.
That's
Potty
good.
training. You want to go potty training first?
Okay, yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay, so with Audrey, I'm reading the books, and I'm like, okay, you're supposed to do this by 2, right? So it was really to push. Here, honey, cute panties, whatever. With Abby, it was so much work. Sorry, Audrey. With Abby, we just waited. We waited until we thought she was ready. And I wanted it to be easy. What?
So last year,
and she was, I think it was a little over 3. So you guys, don't rush the little, don't rush it. Yeah. But by gosh, easiest potty training ever. She was just ready.
She had
ready to
Smarties.
roll. Yeah.
So potty training. Jake had it figured out. He knew what he was supposed to do, but he was lazy, and he liked his diaper. So we got fed up to the point that we knew Jake had to go, and we were talking to him. Okay, let's go use the potty, and he didn't want to. So what we did, we took his diaper out, so he was exposed. And Jake, he started running around the house like a bee all over the place until he just gave up. He was running frantically to and fro, and then he went to the bathroom, and then he was potty trained. He wouldn't sit down. He did it properly, but it took...
As he should, Jeff. As he should.
Yeah, it took him a while.
That's funny.
remember that, Jake, Cancun 2015.
So the first time I ever disciplined Jake, I knew I was in trouble then because Allison had left the two of us at home. And I must have dozed off a little bit, and Jake decided to take his crayons and draw on our white couch. So, and I see him out, he's drawing on, coloring on the couch. So I'm a young parent, and I knew what to do when a dog peed on the floor. So I got what he drew on, I got up in his face, and I said, "Don't!" And I was in trouble because when Allison came home from shopping, whatever she was doing, Mom, Dad did this to me. I don't think I disciplined him.
Abby was not a stranger to discipline herself.
I liked my time out.
But when Abby was a little bit older, she would get in trouble. We lived here in Sherwood, and her bedroom window butted up to our neighbor Amy's porch. And she would sit in her window, and Amy would sit on her porch, and they would have these long conversations about life and how Abby shouldn't have done what she did and everything. So it's kind of like that TV show where she talks to the guy over the fence. And Abby got a lot of stuff from Amy at Havishire, so she's been.
I think Abby's face would show up in the window like this, and Amy would say, "What'd you do this time, Abby?"
But she knew it. She'd just go right to her room and talk to Abby.
First day of school. Remember first day of school?
I do. We lived in a cul-de-sac, and the school was like where those trees were, so we were pretty close, and it was always touching because the kids would grow up where they had their backpacks on, and of course she had a big sister, and they would pose for pictures with the sun in their eyes, and they're all like this, you know. That's the best shot, right, with the sun in their face, and off they would go to school. So they did well. And Abby was ready for school. She was when she went to kindergarten. I think she talked to the principal about high school. So I think she was definitely ready.
I painted all their offices.
Yeah.
So first day of school for Jake. We were up here. We were building the house. So we were living next door with Grandma and Grandpa. So you got to imagine this little waif of a kid, T-body glasses. Big head, amblyopia, can't see, backpack.
We didn't know that.
Yeah, backpack. So, what happened? What do you do?
So we're standing out there, the bus comes, and there's like the high schoolers on the bus. We're like all nervous, you know, like we're telling Jake, you know, sit in front of the bus, you know, just get on and sit down as soon as you can get a seat. So Jake gets on, and we're watching, we're waving, and he walks. And he keeps walking. I'm like, Jeff, he's going to the back of the bus. So he went back, clear to the back of the bus with the big kids on the first day.
Oh, what a brave boy.
You just see this little toe head.
By all the empty seats.
So, memorable sporting accomplishments.
Catcher?
I saw that.
Well, the thing about Abby, when they put her in the catcher position in softball, was that, I don't know, you were maybe 6 or 7 at the time, maybe 8, but she was no taller than Eliza about that time. And here she is getting garbed in all of that catcher garb, and it was all knee pad, chin, right there, that's it. It was just so cute.
Kept falling over, couldn't get up.
I know, it was all, I don't know, it was all pads.
Coach did it on purpose.
Yeah, it was cute though.
There goes Eliza.
We liked her there, but she didn't like it. She didn't want to keep playing.
Yeah, Abby was on the dance team in high school, and she was the best dancer according to Abby. Nobody knew how to dance better than her. And she did quite well.
So I have a couple. This is kind of old home week. You call that place Taterfield or Spudfield?
Field of Dream.
All right.
Field of Dreams.
So we're at Taterfield. We're playing your brother's team from Malone. Right? He's coach, right? Yeah. And my team wasn't very good. Your brother's team was a lot better. He knew it. And so the first two batters, they get walked. Third guy gets up. Jake's playing second base, and he lines a shot up the middle. Somehow Jake catches it. Makes the catch, runs to second, got that guy out, so he's got double play already. Turns and throws to first. We got triple play going. And the kid at first didn't realize that he just touched the base and he'd be out. But the runner broke and went back. He threw the ball to Jake. Jake got all 3 outs. So that's a pretty good accomplishment. That doesn't happen every day. And
Superstar.
yeah, his first golf hole in junior golf at Walton Country Club. This is amazing. He doesn't know anything about golf. He's gone to lessons. He goes out to a par 3. He tees it up, and I'm watching him. He tees it up. He hits it on the green.
With the driver.
With the driver,
Like
it's like 140 yards. There's no way this could happen. And he walks up, clueless, gets his putter, and he sinks it. So for a birdie, his first hole ever.
Nice.
And then he wasn't. Well, he was smart enough to know this, but he kept playing the same ball, and he knocked it in the water 4 holes later. He was crushed. Anyway.
I cried myself to sleep that night.
Yeah. So let's talk about high school.
Well, high school, Abby started out in junior high school, and for her promotion when they graduate from junior high to high school, she got her diploma and she immediately made a beeline for the principal of the high school to introduce herself and tell her who she was. She was Abby or Audrey Rainiak's little sister, and she's headed to high school. And she was ready to tackle whatever she did. She
Yeah,
did well.
everybody's leaving the graduation ceremony. We're like, where's Abby? Where's Abby? We look down at the stage and she's down there shaking hands.
And when Abby graduated, to prove my point that she was important in high school, when she graduated, her and her friend Kaylee over there
I still have that.
went to the vice principal, who's no longer the principal of the school or vice principal anymore, he's somewhere else.
Yeah.
He gave them an official letter that said they were a big fucking deal.
He spelled it out too, which is the best part of the story.
Yeah.
And we got a signature.
So there's 2 girls here that were
Wow.
BFDs in high school.
Well, and her favorite subject was TA.
Always got an A or a
If any of
P.
you have small children, it's not a college prerequisite. She had to take a lot of prerequisites to get back to the 100 level.
What about high school for Jake? Do you think?
Lots of stuff.
Lots of stuff.
I wasn't.
How about Mr. Bowman? Or how about Jake as Mr. Bowman? Tell that story.
Oh, how about the blood drive?
How about the dance? What happened?
Let's talk about the blood drive. So Jake did lots of what is that called? Leadership. Yeah, So he organized blood drive, and were you were you wearing the costume?
Yeah, the blood drop.
The blood drop. And he doesn't do well.
Jake loves blood.
I know he doesn't do well
Yeah.
with blood. I think it runs in the family, but he did that, and that was too much for him just to be the blood drop costume guy. So that night, right?
Same day.
Well, no, it was the same day, but so he didn't feel very well after being the blood drop guy, and so the next morning, this is kind of scary actually. It's not really funny, but we're all getting ready for work, school, and Jeff's just about to go out the door, and we hear this crash, the shower door crash,
No way.
and he
Fell.
Well, he passed out in the shower.
A day later?
Attaboy.
A day later, yes.
Yeah. Just a watch.
Fair.
Yeah.
So, and he,
The ambulance came.
yes, I called 911.
Yeah.
They came, took him away.
Yeah.
But he has his cell phone in his pocket because he was supposed to be at the high school setting up the PA system for something the next day. So he has his phone in as he's being taken away in the ambulance, and it rings. And they're pulling out of the driveway, and they start going up the hill. And he said, "I think you need to go down the hill to go to the hospital because they had to come."
Yeah. The Sherwood. We heard the Sherwood 911 come.
Yeah, but they had problems starting
Yeah,
the
they
fire
couldn't
engine.
start their
So
fire
anyway, they
engine.
came from Wilsonville, so they didn't really know where they were. So anyway, they started back up the hill to go back where they came from. He's like, "No, you need to go to the right."
So Jake is directing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
From the,
From the gurney.
yeah, from the
Yeah. They tried to give him an IV on the way. That didn't work.
No.
Yeah. Anyway.
So his phone rings, and he looks at the attendant that's working on him, and he's like, "You need